a lot of my spelunking stuff to my brother, so I may have to re-borrow it. I just don't know what all I'm going to need. It's hard to say. So I just know I need my metal detectors and some shovels. So
Yeah, but who knows what type, right? If you're going to the beach, you
yeah,
want your sand scoop versus your
exactly.
shovel. Yeah, that makes it difficult.
Yeah, and then knowing what to wear because you do want to dress comfy and wear shorts, on the beach. But then part of the area we will be trekking through a jungle, and we will have somebody there with machetes and stuff. But you know, what will I need? I
Yeah.
don't know. It's hard to say. This is a totally different trip from anything I've ever done. So I guess it'll be a learning curve for me.
Hmm.
Anybody ever been treasure hunting in the Caribbean like that? Jungle?
Yeah, no. I know Roberto, but I don't think he's in chat right now. I know him and Jeff went kind of, I forget where they went, but I'm pretty sure part of it was jungle as well. So might be able to hook you up with them to chat and figure out what they brought. And it was a different country, so
Okay.
yeah. Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, really excited about that. Um, and then
I know you got out
the
detecting this past week too, right?
I did. I actually uploaded a video the very next day, so it's a
Hmm.
short video. It's
I
only
liked
like
it.
14.
It was good. You guys are funny. Shauna was
Well,
funny
but
with finding her
oh, penny
bracelet.
hoarder,
Yeah, yep.
her big bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I've got both of those bracelets. If you're listening, penny hoarder, they're they're outside in a bucket. uh, I could maybe paint them gold, and they could be my new Wonder Woman bracelets.
Carve GW into them, and they were, George Washington's
Right.
bracelets, and you could probably get some good money
Right.
out of it.
True, true. But yeah, that was a fun little hunt. You just never know what you're going to find, and
Hmm.
it was funny. There was another guy there, Mike, that wasn't on camera. Not Mikey, uh, but the other guy, part of our metal detecting club, and he was so excited over me finding that buffalo nickel. I'm like, I guess I just don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I remember I found one in New Hampshire. It was probably like the fourth or fifth one I found this year, um, buffalo nickel. But I don't know. I guess when it's a common thing you find, you just don't get as excited anymore. I mean, I love finding them,
Yeah.
but
No, I understand that. We all have things that, someone else might not find, and then we find a
exactly.
ton of, and it's like, oh, not another one. And other people are like, what do you mean?
Right.
Uh,
Well, it's like today. Well, part of the film crew found a shield nickel, and I get excited over something like that because the shield nickel is something I don't find much of. I've
yep.
only ever found a few, not very many, so took me forever to find one. So anyway, I guess it just depends on the area and, you live to and where you hunt and stuff. Makes a difference as well. You probably don't find as many buffs as you find probably more V nickels and shield nickels and stuff like that.
It depends on where I'm hunting.
Right. It really depends on where you're hunting. True.
Like if I'm doing a relatively newer school area of sorts, then I do find quite a bit of buffalo nickels. But if I'm
Yeah.
more the home sites and whatnot, then no, it's usually the shield nickels and
Right.
older half cents, things like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, at first I thought I found a quarter today, and I thought it was a modern quarter. We were filming, and turned out to be a token. I'm not going to say what kind of token it was because it'll be on the. But that was cool. Fine. It's always exciting to find something different.
Yeah, tokens are cool. I love the Civil War tokens, especially, or the Hard Times
Oh yeah,
tokens.
this token wasn't as old as that, but man, yes, I've never found a Civil War token.
Oh no,
No,
I gotta get you back up here.
I know, I know.
I love them.
Well, you gotta get to the Texas.
those are on my lists of like favorites, and then I started researching them and realized how many different ones they had, and oh yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
must
I've
find them
looked at the
all.
books and look at all the different varieties, and I'm going, what? I didn't know they had that. Oh, I didn't know they had that. I'm drooling over it all.
Yeah.
Just like the buttons and stuff too, though. There's still buttons that pop out every now and then. There's still one button I've never identified that I have. But there's always those things that aren't as common that you would love to find. But you have a better chance of finding that stuff than I do, I guess. And well, it depends. I do a lot of traveling, so
Yeah, you do a lot of traveling, and I have a feeling there's
it
still a lot of
increases.
things that have never been identified, or just nothing documented, like that button that I found that said reform, and it wasn't, you know, that's not in a button book. And it's like,
Right,
okay. And then you've got, there's plenty of people out there that have found different suspender clasps that aren't in a book anywhere. And I know that thankfully, there's a whole bunch of people out there that are like, hey, creating books and putting them into it. And, so that way there
right,
is a record of it, because I know I've been seeing more and more stuff on like eBay and Etsy, and they're labeled wrong. And, I think we
right.
had, we had
Who was it that we interviewed not too long ago?
Buckle
He
Boy.
was doing a book,
Yep.
Buckle Boy. Yeah,
Yep.
L.A. Buckle Boy. Isn't it L.A. Buckle Boy?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Um, I can't wait. Is he getting close to publishing his book
I'll
yet, or
I'll have
have
to
you heard?
check back in, because he was thinking maybe that by the end of the year, I think, when we first talked with him.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to check back in and see how it goes. But yeah, like he's documented, and then was it George Hayes, I think is his name, or George Bovis? He does the buckles.
Yeah. Oh man, buckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up. A friend called me up yesterday after I had to run to Longview for business, and came back, and a friend I hadn't heard from in a while. It's like, hey, you want to meet me? Go swing for a little bit. So I didn't realize how much my arm was sore from the day before.
Mhm.
Um, when the one video and my legs, but I got out and swung then I swung today too. So 3 days in a row for me. I'm like, man, I'm getting out of shape. But anyway, what was I getting at? Oh, I did get a sash buckle.
Ooh.
So that was a cool little. It's got a pretty little design. I just love buckles and buttons. You and I love our buckles and buttons and sash buckles. I found a really cool little. Well, I found 2 buckles today for filming, so that was cool.
Nice.
But can't say anything about them. But anyway,
Eventually, but hey,
eventually,
we get little teasers on stuff you've found that we can see later on. So it's fine.
right?
It's fine. Yeah. Buckles and buttons, and I can't think of what the other B was. We were like, oh, beads. Buckles, buttons, and beads.
Buckles and buttons and beads. Oh my!
I know, right?
Oh, another thing that reminded me of you today is one person found the most gorgeous black glass button. I'm guessing it might be a morning button, but it's
Mhm.
bigger, and It's we looked it up, and it's saying it's way older than what the area we were detecting in. Although,
They,
but anyway,
they tend to be
um,
Victorian age.
I was thinking so too. But this, I mean, we found one that looked exactly like it. And it was saying on this one website, which looked like a very legit website, way older. But I had my doubts. But I mean, it looked almost identical. But anyway, now I'm curious after hearing about your red that look like black buttons that are red,
Yep.
if you shine a light through them.
Yeah,
So I
they
might have to
do it. Have them do it.
call, yeah, I may have to call Brandon and say, hey, get the owner, because we handed all the fines over to the owner of the property.
Yeah,
But,
you'll want to do that because
oh,
they can be red, purple. I heard
cool.
blue, but I've never seen one that looks black that shows up blue. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, majority are either red or purple.
Oh, and there was two amazing doll heads. Oh my gosh. I've never seen any so gorgeous.
I love the doll heads. I love the doll heads.
Too. These
I'm
aren't
only.
creepy either. These weren't creepy
Oh, that's
looking.
good. I'm just finding the legs right now, the legs, the arms, and then pieces of like a doll's face, like the eye, a cheek with the nose,
Oh, that
and the
eye you
ear.
found, man. I swear it looked like a glass eye from back in the day, the human. Are you sure? It's a doll eye. That
Um,
big eye, yeah.
yeah, it's actually not that big at all, though. It's the size of like my pinky fingernail. Like it's
Oh,
small.
it just looks big. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's the size of a pearl.
Okay.
And it would have been so because it's not a pinched glass eye. So a pinched glass eye would be in the doll's eye and it wouldn't move. You might
Right.
have the eyelid that would close over it potentially. But this is one of the ones that was connected by a wire in the back. And when you
Mm-hmm.
move the doll would close its eyes. So the eyes would move.
Mm.
So it was like that type.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love fun and stuff like that. I don't know. Anything old to me is fun.
It is. You got the little glass bottles. Actually, there is a new store up the street from me. And you know
Uh,
me, I'm constantly picking up things that I might not want, but I know that
right.
someone artsy could do something with this or something with
Mm-hmm.
that, or how many headless things can you find, like that little Dutch boy. And
Yeah.
so I ended up doing a trade with the store owner, and I got a sterling silver wax seal stamp. So it's in it
Oh.
the actual, what is it, carnelian, I think, is on the inside of it, hasn't been carved yet. So it was produced and then never actually carved with any um, certain stamp. So I'm holding on to that. I thought it was pretty neat and traded a couple other things for it. And I'm like, woohoo, somebody can do something with some of the stuff I find.
That is so cool. That is too cool.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Because I've seen some really interesting artwork with, like, you find the marbles that are just like half of a marble.
Oh, yeah.
Seen some cool stuff with that. Seen a lot of cool stuff with the clock gears that we all find. It's
Oh,
crazy if
yeah.
you actually Google those or like Etsy or you just type in shopping or
Oh,
whatever
heck.
and the gears, like,
People pay money for those gears.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, okay. I mean,
Found some gears today.
I could throw them in the bucket that's going back to the metal place, but I'm like,
Yeah.
these you can do something with, so I'm gonna hold
Or did
off.
you see that giant gear I found in my video? That thing was
I
heavy.
did.